Are Bat Ponies canon? Bat Ponies have always confused me when it comes to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Are they canon to the series, or is it just a misunderstanding? Maybe a mistake? Recently I've been messing around with my own Bat Pony OC, Sugar Cloud, and it has had me thinking, were there ever really Bat Ponies in My Little Pony? Now, as far as I'm aware, Bat Ponies have only shown up a total of 3 times in the entire series. If you know of any more instances where they appear in the show, please let me know in the comments below. But anyway, in Season 2, Episode 4, Luna Eclipsed, we see them for the first time. They're easy to miss if you aren't paying attention. Seriously, they appear for like maybe 10, 20 seconds of total screen time maybe? But they appear when Luna arrives to Ponyville, and there's only 2 of them. Both look like Bat Ponies, but this episode was also taking place on the pony equivalent of Halloween, and everyone was dressed up. The debate whether Bat Ponies exist or not started here for me. I was in the camp that said these weren't Bat Ponies. I mean, it makes sense that they would have just been dressed up Pegasi. We hadn't seen them before, and it seems pretty random to just drop an entirely new race of ponies like that on us, but not do anything with them at all. Not even mention them. However, if they are costumes, they're very good costumes. There isn't any indication that it is. No line showing that the tufted ears are cosmetic, no feathers showing under the bat wings. The eyes look like they could be normal. I mean, they don't glow or anything. However, the pupils do kind of look like they also might be abnormal. They are closer to slits than pupils, but only kind of barely. Who's to say they aren't contacts anyway, though? So as you can see, every argument has a counter argument. It's really easy to pick either side. I choose the one that said they aren't real because they didn't show up again at all for a very long time. It wasn't until Season 4, Episode 7, Bats, that any inkling of Bat Ponies showed up again. This time, there was no mistaking it. A Bat Pony really did exist. We saw it, and it was the main focus of the episode, or at least the majority of the episode. However, even after that episode, I still wasn't convinced Bat Ponies existed. If you need a refresher on the episode, by the way, Applejack is having trouble with fruit bats, and Fluttershy, the animal expert, is being ignored on how to deal with the animals for some reason. I really don't understand why they just kind of ignore Fluttershy's suggestions and stuff like that. I mean, she's literally the animal expert, and that's like her, like the main thing they know about her. Anyway, Twilight ends up using magic on the bats, only for Fluttershy to kind of get caught in the crossfire, so to speak, and end up as a vampire fruit bat, which is obviously a bigger problem than just having the fruit bats in your farm. So that's really the reason why this episode didn't convince me that Bat Ponies existed. For starters, this Bat Pony was fabricated with magic. It was a freak magical accident that made this Bat Pony come into existence. Are we expected to believe that all Bat Ponies in this universe had similar accidents? That's a bit of a crazy leap in logic, if you ask me. This circumstance was so specific and so special, not to mention if Bat Ponies really did exist and the characters saw Luna command them before in the earlier episode that I mentioned, why didn't they talk to her or at least write her a letter or something asking for help about this bat problem, because she has had experience with Bat Ponies in the past. She literally commanded them on that specific nightmare night. So it just doesn't really work for me. At least to me it doesn't. So moving on from that episode, Bat Ponies aren't really mentioned again until Season 5, Episode 26. This is actually only 1 season later, which is kind of crazy, but this episode is the Cutie Remark Part 2, specifically in Part 2. Nothing happens with them in Part 1. They still don't specifically say Bat Pony or anything to that effect, however, there are a lot of Bat Ponies in this episode. Twilight travels to an alternate timeline where Nightmare Moon returned, but without the main 6, she defeated Celestia and took over. That's sort of the timeline that Twilight ends up in. And she is caught, she's sort of captured by the Bat Ponies in a way, and we get another look at them after so many seasons. Notably, Rainbow Dash is also mixed in with the Bat Ponies, and her pupils are practically the same as the other Bat Ponies there. I think this could have been like maybe misdirection or something like that, but her ears don't have the furry tuft either though, so it's really hard to say. It's not until she takes off the helmet that her pupils get big and round like they normally are, which makes me wonder if the helmet somehow makes the eyes look different. That doesn't explain the bat wings or the ears though, except if we take another look at this moment, Rainbow Dash has bat wings instead of feathered ones. Why? Just like with the first time we saw Bat Ponies, there is no indication that these wings are fake. To me, this means the original Bat Ponies we saw could have been wearing costumes after all. However, that doesn't explain the other Bat Ponies in this episode, the ones that are still surrounding Twilight and Spike here. Is it possible that there is some kind of conversion process to make Bat Ponies? It would explain Rainbow Dash in this scene. Her being different but still similar to the other Bat Ponies could imply that she is in the middle of that process. Fun theory aside, however, there isn't a single explanation in the series for this. And as far as I've been able to find out, Bat Ponies aren't really mentioned or explained even a little bit in the show after this. In the show. In an effort to finally get to the bottom of this, I've done some research and found a book titled Princess Luna and the Festival of the Winter Moon. It was published in 2015, which is the same year the Cutie Remark episode came out, and here's the description of the book. Princess Luna, the guardian of the night, peacefully rules over Equestria alongside her big sister. When the Cutie Mark Crusaders suggest she should have a holiday as equally prestigious as Celestia's Summer Sun celebration, she declines. Luna isn't comfortable with such attention, especially after all the terror she caused as Nightmare Moon. So, when she realizes Celestia is orchestrating a surprise festival of the Winter Moon, she decides to have some fun and take matters into her own hooves. What's a Princess of Darkness to do? Now, that description doesn't necessarily say anything about Bat Ponies or anything to that effect, so you might be wondering why the heck I'm even bringing this up. Well, Bat Ponies actually appear in this book, and the Hasbro logo is slapped on it too, making this a more official source than some random dude's fanfiction. Not only do Bat Ponies appear, but we get somewhat of an origin story for them, at least some anyway. The origin goes as follows. When Celestia and Luna were young, Luna discovered the mountain dragon colonies and the Bat Ponies of the Western Caves. She resolved the conflict between the mountain dragons and Bat Ponies, helping them find peace with one another. Luna apparently remembered it as one of the first times she's ever felt useful as a princess of Equestria, and when she'd found her true path to earning her Cutie Mark. Later in the book, we even get a name for two of the Bat Ponies and the mountain. It was Smoky Mountain, and after she settled the dispute, she found two Bat Ponies separated from their colony and caught within the clutches of a dragon who also left his own tribe because of his enduring resentment towards their species. Like, he literally hated Bat Ponies so much that he left his tribe just to, I guess, kill these two Bat Ponies for some reason. Kind of crazy. But anyway, Luna put the dragon to sleep and rescued them. These two Bat Ponies were so grateful that they vowed to serve Luna forever. Those two Bat Ponies are called Echo and Nocturne, and they pull her chariot, which means the first two Bat Ponies we ever saw in the series, in the actual show itself, were most likely these exact ones. This is exactly the kind of information I have been looking for. And honestly, to think it was hidden away in some random official chapter book is kind of hilarious to me. And for some of you who had been part of the MLP fandom for way longer than I have, might have already known this information since it's technically 10 years old now, which is honestly kind of crazy to think about. I mean, it's 2025. 2025 is almost over, and this book came out in 2015. It's crazy that like this information is actually really old, but I still hope that I taught some of you watching this video something new about Bat Ponies. But there is a couple of questions, or rather a couple of issues that I have with the whole Bat Pony question. For starters, did Echo and Nocturne also get sent to the moon with Luna and we just never saw or heard about this? Or what exactly happened to them while she was on the moon? Did they get sent to some prison, or were they just in hiding the whole time since their master was banished? Say that the two that pulled the chariot and Luna Eclipsed weren't Echo and Nocturne, who were they then? And why did they agree to follow her? And where are the other Bat Ponies for that matter? Why don't we get to see them? It still feels like something that isn't canon because they just don't explore them at all. Not even in the movie where they travel to places beyond Equestria do we see or hear anything about Bat Ponies. Do Bat Ponies just not care about other ponies? There's so many questions still left, and I think that's another reason why Celestia and Luna's origin could be its own like series or something like that, and I think it would just be great because we'd get to see these Bat Ponies and this specific adventure. That would be really cool. We'd get to learn more about what drove Luna to become Nightmare Moon, all that other stuff. It would be so awesome. But that's just another reason why I think it would fit and everything. But like I said, there's a lot of questions still left about this Bat Pony situation. However, I don't really have the answer to any of them. All I can really do is speculate and keep looking. Maybe there's more answers floating around somewhere. If there are, please do let me know in the comments below. But the Bat Ponies have shown up a few times in the comics. I don't think they've ever had any specific or special roles before, but I do remember seeing one drinking ketchup in one of the comic panels before, and I think that's kind of funny. But I never really saw, or I don't remember ever seeing anything more about where they are, what they do, or why they just aren't around. So to conclude, the answer to the question whether Bat Ponies are canon or not seems to be yes, unless you disregard any official book or comic, in which case, Bat Ponies are just really weird. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this look at Bat Ponies in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and that's it. Like, subscribe, and share the video too, because I make all kinds of content from stuff about the show to Ponytown, and even some of my own original stuff sprinkled in. So do all of those wonderful things, because when you do, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.